So in this video, I want to talk about installing a second alternator on a 2023 or newer Sprinter van with a 2-liter diesel and an N62 second alternator factory setup. The installation of the alternator itself is very simple. There's just 2 bolts that holds it in place. What I really want to focus on is installing the belt. So what some people may not realize is that idler is a tensioning idler. At first glance, it looks like just a simple idler. But if you remove a plastic cap off of the hub of it, just using like a screwdriver or a little pry tool, it will reveal a Torx head bolt and a Torx tensioning. So the Torx bolt is a T45, and the tensioning for the idler is a T55. This idler uses an eccentric hub, so as it rotates, it will loosen or tighten the belt. But I found with the idler all the way loosened, trying to install a new belt, at least with the Nation's alternator, is near impossible. So the technique I use is to remove the idler pulley all the way, and that's done by just taking that the T45 Torx bolt out, and then start the belt around the crankshaft pulley, and then work it around the alternator pulley. So to get the tensioning pulley back in there, I found what you have to do is kind of work it in at an angle and then push up on it, and then get your Torx 45 bolt started by hand, and then you can snug it up a little bit. Now the important thing is you don't want to leave this idler all the way in the loosened position, because if you look at the back side, the idler pulley will actually rub on the lower cooling hose. So you definitely want to tension this the tensioner by using the Torx T55 insert, so you can rotate it so you've got a fair amount of clearance with the cooling hose. And then while you're holding it with the tension on the belt, then go ahead and retighten the T45 Torx belt. So this belt is a flex belt, and honestly, I'm not real sure what the tensioning is. It's probably initially a little over tension, but you don't have a lot of choice because you need it to be clear of the coolant hose. So then once that process is done, just snap the hub back on to the pulley. So the actual installation procedure, if you know what you're doing, you can probably do in 15 minutes to half an hour. It's pretty simple, straightforward. Now that doesn't include running any wiring to the alternator and to a controller if you're using a controller with a lithium battery setup. Alright, one other thing I recommend is to periodically inspect the idler pulley to make sure that it's staying clear of the cooling hose. I always recommend this to the customers. They can do it themselves or have somebody do it for them. One method is you can pop the hood to let a little more light in. It'd be helpful if you have the van out in sunlight, and then you can just use a fairly good size inspection mirror to look up from below. The other way is just to get actually underneath the van to look at it. Alright, so that pretty much wraps up this video, short video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please hit my thumbs up button, and also if you'd subscribe, that'd be great. Alrighty, thanks for watching.